welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna get out of the way right now, I'm currently in the process of self-tanning, so I have like color guard all over me and I look like a wreck, but I still wanted to film as well as self-tan. So that's what's going on. Today's video is going to be my Partners in Cream project pan. This project was created by Steph and Dylan. I will have both of them linked down below. I think this is the third year doing this project and this is such a fun one. It is focused on your cream and liquid products, rolling style. You can choose how many products you want to work on. The only rule is no powders allowed. Cream and liquid products obviously go bad in our collection quicker than powder products would. So that is the whole idea behind this project. I do have one product I will be rolling out today. I posted my last update quite late. I filmed it like 9 or 10 days later than I would, but I wanted to get back on track with like posting this video on time. So I've only had like 2.5 weeks with these products, so some of the progress is a little bit minimal. Bear that in mind. But if you're interested in seeing my progress, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project painting content or just chit-chatting about makeup, I would love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. I also showered, so like my hair is still drying. We're just like kind of a wreck, but that's fine. That is fine. I am going to go in order that I rolled these products in. A lot of these products are longer haul products that I have been working on for a while or will be working on for a while, but I have felt really motivated and proud of my progress within this project specifically. I'll also have other projects that I'm currently participating in linked down below in case you're interested in other project panning content from me. But let's kick it off with my nail polish. So I rolled this in at the beginning of the year, wanting to just kind of gauge and see how quickly it takes me or how long it takes me to get through a nail polish. I love nail polish. I go through like phases where like I literally buy all of the nail polishes and I cannot stop. So that's why I wanted to see how long it takes to use up a nail polish. I rolled in this one from Nails Inc. This is in the shade Rainbow Wishes. And when I rolled this in, I mean, I still had quite a bit left. I do think I possibly marked this wrong at the introduction because it's just like been the most minimal progress. And this is the only nail polish I've had on my toes all year round. And I swear I'll like keep slapping on layers and keep slapping on layers just to get used. Now I haven't worn this on my actual fingernails in quite some time. I actually need to paint my nails and I think I'm going to finally use this on my fingers again. But pretty much all of January and like half of February, I also just exclusively used this on my nails. And when I rolled this in, this weighed 55 grams. It weighed 53 grams last update. It still weighs 53 grams. It's been like the most minimal progress. I've made 3 line markings throughout the 8 months that this has been in. I don't feel like I can make the new line marking now. There's definitely more than still half a bottle of this left. And this has just been a very eye-opening experience to try and pan a nail polish. This next product has also been in since the introduction. This is my Laura Mercier Caviar stick in the shade Rose Gold. I rolled this in because this really isn't a product that or a style of product I reach for that often. But last year, I believe, I either purchased this or got this as a free gift, and I thought I would use this more because I was like into like more minimal makeup, but I still just feel like this is like an extra step. I did go on a business trip and I brought this with me and used this 2 or 3 times, and then I've used it like 2 or 3 times since being home. But this weighed 7 grams when I rolled this in, 6 grams last update, still weighs 6 grams today. There's like a small change in the line markings. If you look at my line markings for at the beginning of the year versus now, I've obviously made a lot of progress, but it still feels like super slow going. Let me roll this all the way up. Actually, that's like how much product I have left. My goal is to finish this up and hopefully this will be an empty by the end of the year, but I do think it'll take me almost until the end of the year just because I can't motivate myself to reach for this. It's just a struggle, and I do feel like this will take me up until the finale to finish. This next product has also been in since the introduction. It is a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This is in the shade By the Pound, and I have reached for this so much this year. I've reached for this probably 5 or 6 times since the last update as well, getting closer and closer and closer to see like this whole center circle or whatever being completely uncovered. I feel like by next update I definitely could have that accomplished. My goal is to finish this by the end of the year, but I've used this so much and there's still so much product left in this. ColourPop Super Shock Shadows are super deceptive because it's really easy to hit pan on them. But to actually finish up a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, I've never done it, and I've attempted multiple times. So I'm still hopeful. My goal still is to finish this by the end of the year, but I'm not sure. When I rolled this in, this weighed 14 grams. It weighed 13 grams last update, and it still weighs 13 grams today. My Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer I rolled in it was my second update, so in February. I've made tons of progress on this since rolling this in. This is where this is at now. I am confident I will finish this by the end of the year. I am also working on another poreless primer, or like pore filling smoothing primer. So this is competing for attention with that, but this is older in my collection, so I am determined to finish this by the end of the year. There's been tons of weight change in this product specifically. So when I rolled this in, it weighed 78 grams. It weighed 68 grams last update. It does still weigh 68 grams today. I've only reached for this a couple of times. Again, it's like a shorter span of time since my last update to now. But I do really want to hunker down and really focus on this, and hopefully have this finished in the next like 2 months. Like I'm thinking maybe by the October update I could have this close to done. You need like so little of this to actually like fill your pores, but I do love this. It's a really great smoothing primer and a really great mattifying primer. It's definitely something I will likely repurchase in the future. I just need to get through some of my other smoothing primers before repurchasing, but it's definitely my favorite smoothing primer I've ever used. Next up, I have this Stila lipstick. This is in the shade Emma. This is really old. So this is what it looks like all the way rolled down. When I rolled it in, it was 15 grams, still weighs 15 grams. I do really struggle to remember to use this. I'm gonna pop some more on. I feel like the only time I ever wear this is like when I'm filming. I'll like put them on. I did wear this a couple of times since the last update though. Not a lot of change in terms of my line markings though. Like we haven't made much progress. I am going to use this for the month of August. It's a beautiful like pinky coral shade, perfect for August, but I think when we reach the September months, I don't foresee myself getting a ton of use out of this. So I'm hoping I can get like 5 to 10 more uses throughout this next month. But I will likely roll this out and replace it with a fall lipstick, like a fall shade lipstick, when we reach September. Next up, I have my ColourPop and Barbie collab lip liner. This is the shade Golden Beach. I really love this shade. It's like the perfect, like your lips but better shade. I have reached for this quite a bit since the last update. I do need to sharpen this. So if I sharpened it, I feel like I would have even better progress when you look at my line markings. This weighed 6 grams when I rolled this in, 6 grams last update, still weighs 6 grams today. My goal, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I wanted to like get to the ColourPop right here. So I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'm not sure I'm gonna do that by the finale, but that's still the goal. And then the product that I will be rolling out is my Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. So when I rolled this in, this weighed 26 grams. I did roll it in April. This used to be a favorite of mine and just really isn't a favorite anymore. Last update, this weighed 23 grams, and I will be honest with you, I like mixing this with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. So I just ended up squirting the rest of this into my ColourPop Pretty Fresh and then like mix the bottle together and shook it up. So I didn't completely use, so when I last update, I was at like this line marking right here. I did not completely use up all of this product, but I put it into my ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation, and I'm calling this an empty now because there's really, like if I cut this open, I could get more product out, like a little bit more product, but you can see like the window, like you can see this product it's empty. Like I'll squeeze it all the way to the, we're squeezing, like it's empty. Again, some of it's in my ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation, but that's okay. I'm calling this an empty, and I'm good with that. I only have like 1/4 of my bottle of the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, even with this mixed in. So I feel like that'll also be a foundation empty come the end of the year, but I was just kind of over it sitting around. I kind of wanted to roll in a new product. So that's what I did with this. I don't want to hide the fact that I did that. It's not like I used up the rest of this product. Regardless, I'm gonna stop rambling. We're rolling that out. Meaning we are gonna roll in one new product, and I am gonna replace it with another foundation. And the foundation I'm gonna replace it with is my Giorgio Armani Neo Nude foundation. This is a favorite foundation in my collection. I do really love this. The NYX Born to Glow foundation is really similar to this, so I don't necessarily know I would repurchase this when I finish it. But this is a foundation I know I love so much. It was more expensive. It was like $40 or $45, so a higher price tag on it. I mine in the shade 4.5. It's more of like a summer shade for me. I have just over like half of this left, I would say. And my goal, like I would love to finish this by the end of the year. by the finale, but I don't necessarily know that that's going to happen. I just want to give myself permission to use this. I want to give myself that extra boost of motivation of it being in a project. Sometimes it's good to roll in some of your favorites to projects just so you don't get like project pan fatigue or get burnt out from products. So that's what I'll be doing with this one. I'm really excited about it. This is currently weighing 37 grams. Like I said, I'm just going to keep this in until I either finish it or the finale. It'll probably be the finale first, but I'm really excited to get some extra use on this because I feel like I have not reached for this one that much this year. And like I said, this has been a favorite in my collection. It's just one of those products that I feel like I have to like save for a special occasion, and it's like, no, like use it up. It's getting older in my collection. Let's use it, sister. After that, that is going to wrap up my update for the Partners in Cream Project Pan. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've recently finished off any cream or liquid products. Let a girl know in the comments. Other than that, thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.